Okay. Hello, people. How are you this evening when the moon is new in Libra? So, what we're gonna do tonight is again the commercial questions that you will give to me, and I will answer them with one card. But before that, let's talk about a little bit what is a new moon in Libra uh, from tarot perspective. So the Libra sign comes as the Justice card, and this speaks for not just maintaining balance but being accountable for one's actions. And when the moon comes in it, which is represented by the High Priestess, you need to be accountable for oneself, meaning that you need to take accountable decisions for oneself, nurturing oneself, and taking care for you, because this 2 weeks period when the moon is growing, everything you do will have a reflection after the moon waxes and then becomes full, and after that this reflection will come to you as an outcome of your actions. So let's start with the 12 zodiac signs and see what these 2 weeks period of time will have in store for you. Just 1 second. So when it comes to this particular combination from a tarot perspective, the High Priestess with the Justice card, it basically shows you that from finding a deeper meanings to your actions, your mental clarity will become colder, which means that you will see more clearly through the fog that comes in front of you, understanding basically you have to take care for yourself rather than for doing something else and for contributing for others. With that being said, let's go and see what we have in store for Aries first. It always comes first. Aries has Two of Cups. So basically when it comes to a career, this card Aries speaks that you will start working into a very pleasant environment of yours, having a good time with your colleagues and enjoying the teamwork from a particular side where the people are contributing for you but not much helping you with your own deeds. This rather giving you a shoulder to cry on. When it comes to a relationship, that particularly speaks for itself. The card speaks for love, but also speaks that you Aries, if you want to make a move, you have to move. You have to do it now. I mean, if you observe the card, we see that they make contact. So, if you like someone, Aries, go out and make contact with them. Basically, that's that. Nothing more special for it. So, also that speaks for a particular balance into a certain extent, the Two of Cups, but one side needs to reach a little bit further as it is seen in the card. Now, Taurus have the Two of Swords. And this speaks, when we talk about the communication, this Taurus speaks that there are a particularly important decisions that you perhaps need to make, and you should not rush making them. As you can observe at the card, the woman holds the two swords of truth, and they're in equal balance, which means that there are always one way, more than one way to look at something. So basically, if you don't have the two sides of the coin. Do not decide anything. You still have a time, especially when we have the bench here saying you that you need to stay at one place for now, at least for that waxing period of the moon. And that speaks for the career. If you are urged to make a move, try to postpone it if you can. If you don't, try to maintain balance in whatever sphere you're working at. So basically try to maintain balance with your colleague or bosses, and don't go for extreme measures. When that comes for a relationship, you need to start putting yourself into the shoes of your partner if you want that relationship to have a very good time for these 2 weeks period of time, and actually contribute for the next 2 weeks period, which the energy from the waxing moon is released into the waning moon. So basically these cards, what these cards are pointing right now is what energy you need to engrave for these 2 weeks period of time, so it can be released for the next one and you have prosperity. And the next sign comes as a Gemini, and the Gemini have the moon card. So Gemini, how can I say it in words? Maybe some actions of yours may not have a particular meaning for you, and they may seem like kind of pointless, but they do have. Now, what is substantial for the moon card is that everything that is happening around you, marked by this card, has its meaning for a further period of time in the future. I mean, it has a reflection like a butterfly effect. So basically, the path you're walking, even if you don't see it where it leads you, as it is described by the cards, that the path is going just beyond the mountain and you can't see where exactly it's going, it is in fact the path that you need to walk upon. The moon card also suggests highly exaggerated dreams, so you may have not very comfortable nights. I mean that you may dream multiple dreams when you sleep, and by this you may not be able to rest very well, but that's really highly dependable on the individual. I mean, for example, I like to dream, some people don't. But when it comes to a career and relationship, just because we don't see where that thing goes toward and how it ends, it is like it creates fear in us, because we humans don't like the uncertainty of particular things. Don't be afraid, Gemini. This path you're walking has its meaning, and it will be uncovered very, very soon. Just for now, it is not given to us to know our future. With this card comes the Cancer. We're speaking about the moon, and they have the High Priestess. And with this, Cancer is ready. It is a time for you to start contemplating on oneself, trying to find what your own soul is required for your own well-being. And for that particular reason, you need to withdraw for solitude. That card speaks for silence, but to an extent where you should stop listening other people and try to find what is really best for you within you. So whatever advice is given to you, try not to put very big hopes in it, because at the end of the day, you will find your own answer when you're trying to look deeper down in yourself. That card also tells you that whatever secrets were hidden for you in the past, it is very likely that you will uncover them, or at least you will kind of sense where the truth lies. The card also says that you have to start illuminating the path forward with your knowledge. That speaks that in your career, you should start attending to the things you're supposed to do patiently, as through them you will be able to inspire people and to kind of show to the others what you're really capable of. When it comes to a relationship, if this is an existing relationship, that speaks that the bonding between these two people, it goes even further beyond the physical realm and even beyond love. It speaks for a soul bond into a certain extent. What magnitude this soul bond will be for you people, it depends on the individual and the rest of the cards if this was a professional reading. If it is not any existing relationship, that card speaks that the person who is single will stay single for quite a while, but this is for the greater good, as this card marks the beginning of the search of our soulmate, let's say it that way, someone who will be able to bond with us on a level of our souls. Leo, the star card. Oh, hello Leo, you are quite lucky, as the star card promises you after a tremor which appeared to happen in your recent or a distant past. So basically this is a renewal of certain circumstances which went really, really wrong and kind of, let's say, destroyed you. Of course, with this card you need to start anew and start naked. What I mean is that you need to open yourself in front of the world so the world can see you as you are, and by this give you their trust and start helping you toward rebuilding your own empire, because this card comes after the Tower card, and this is about going into the going and walking under the spotlight. Let's give you that example to have a better understanding of the card. Let's say that you are in a cave and you're trying to find your way, and your food is running out, your water is running out, your batteries of the flashlight are running out, and suddenly everything runs out, and magically at the end somehow you're finding the light and kind of the hole where you're crawling out. Of course you are left with nothing, but you can start anew with this one. So the star promises new. For career, this speaks that you need to start working on a brand new plans for your current sphere of field where you are working, not for a new one, because the flow is about a new one. But for this one, this is a new plans, new project for the things that you're usually attending, and these plans has to be focused for a very, very distant period of time. So it's something that will develop itself very, very slowly, and right now you need to start planning it. If we are speaking for a relationship, there is only one word that can be said about that card. This is unfolding love. Virgo, Emperor, and that Virgo speaks that you will have extremely well 2 weeks being able to set in control everything around yourself. For career, you will have a lot of responsibilities, but a lot of rewards as well. It is quite essential that you start acting logically correct. You should put aside any emotions that you have, as the Emperor does not have emotions. The Emperor also preached that you need to talk and speak only what needs to be told and spoken. The rest you can keep for yourself, as you may kind of score 1 on yourself if you are talking too much. When it comes to a relationship, this is not just rebuilding structure of one relationship. This is about creating a very solid foundation for a very, very big jump forward. Of course, as you are the Emperor, Virgo, you need to take a lead. You need to start leading this relationship forward, and you need to be the iron hand ruling it. Sometimes this may reach, let's say, extreme levels, and one can become tyrant. So as soon as you start sensing a certain level of withdrawal of your partner, just slow down the motion of you building your estate and try to see where you did it wrong, as the Emperor is also human and also does mistakes. Every Emperor has an enemy, so your good work which you will do will have a lot of followers, but some people will not accept it. Well, you just need to be prepared for it. Libra. Eight of Swords. On one hand, the Eight of Swords, Libra, speaks to you that you need to keep yourself into a tunnel vision on your own goals. On the other hand, it says that you need to start thinking out of the box. So I will say it that way. If Libra, the ability of accepting the truth will make you free, what then denying the truth makes you? So this is a period of time for you, Libra, that you need to start accepting what the truth is for you. Probably there will be things that you will not want to believe, that will not be 100% proven to you, but as long as you deny them, the longer you will stay locked in that box. This comes even for a career. So basically, where something is failing, you need to, it is not like it is destroying, it is just, it needs a different approach, and that's why you need to start thinking out of the box. This card also for career speaks that maybe you will have a very, very little difficulties with the communications with the other people, but these difficulties with patience and trying to be, and being able to kind of offer different solutions will give great results to you and will overcome these difficulties of not being able to kind of negotiate with other people or reaching a common decision, I could say rather. This also a communication failure may reflects to relationships, and this is where we are not be able to understand what our partner wants. It is just because we are thinking for ourselves, we are thinking inside the box. So it is very essential that we have to open our mind for the rest. As you can see, the person is bound to those swords, which represents the verbal communication, honor and truth. So basically you need to unbound yourself with honor, of course. So don't be stubborn, just try to feel and try to understand what your partner really wants and how you actually can reach a compromise with them. And if you can't reach compromise, what can be sacrificed in order to this small, because this card speaks for small difficulties, can be overcome. And as a small, I'm meaning that probably your partner, or just an example, your partner may want to go on a cinema but you don't really want to because this movie really, that you don't like that movie and you will be extremely bored watching it. So basically speak to them and try to reach some certain agreement of that particular situation. The next is a Scorpio, Eight of Wands. Scorpio, it is about a lot of work is waiting for you in the near future. It's because this card is about speed, but not about speed for the flow that is streaming around you. And with that speed of the flow, a lot of opportunities will be presented to you, Scorpio, but these opportunities are not meant necessarily for you. What I mean is that they flies by around you, and if it's not, and if they are not captured, they fly by and just goes with the flow. So basically, you have to be swift, and you need to start taking advantage of whatever it is coming in your way. It's because how the card preaches. Also, that card speaks that you need to be, and you need to think of the way that you need to start lifting one standards. You need to start requiring more from whatever you're doing in your work, in your relationship, from both ways. When it comes to a relationship, particularly, that card speaks for a solving problems. So problems from the past will be solved in these 2 weeks period of time, and not only, well, they may be solved later, but like I told you, these 2 weeks period of time is about engraving the energy of the waxing moon. So basically, these 2 weeks period of time will be very favorable for you to solve a particular problems in your relationship, or to put the start of solving these problems. When it comes to a career, that is pretty obvious. You need to start taking advantage of whatever opportunity you have at your place, as this opportunity will not be given twice to you. Sagittarius, 4 of Cups. And for you, it's time to rest, Sagittarius. It's just, it may seem a little bit boring sitting in one place, but in that way you will be able to kind of make an assessment of what you what you have. Like you see this person, it is watching these three cups, and this is about assessment how you feel at the place you are. As the 4th cup, it's offered to you, but it's offered to you from a cloud, and the cloud is typically interpreted as a symbol of trouble, storms. So basically, maybe you don't want to go for this new opportunity. You need to sit on your butt and try to wait for better perspectives in your future after these 3 weeks period of time. In relationship, that card may speak for no movement in the relationship and also boredom. It is because the relationship reached a reasonable level of involvement, and right now it is not the time for pushing forward, and the 2 people in the relationship is actually doesn't have anything to consume in it. So it may be some sort of a withdrawal from both partners from one another, but this doesn't speak that they will end up the relationship, not at all. It is just they will give some time to themselves so they can recharge and jump in the future in this particular relationship. When it comes to a career, that speaks, well, for career it is a bit different. It is because probably you have reached maximum at your place for a quite a period of time. So basically, when this card comes, this 4 weeks which is marked, you need to use them to rest basically, and not take anything additional as a duty of yours, because this thing will not give you any profits basically. Also, if you're thinking about switching jobs, now is a good time to think what you really want to work. Capricorn, the Sun. It is time for you to walk under the sunshine. Now the Sun speaks for expand, growth, material success, vigor, enthusiasm into pushing through. This is one of the brightest cards in tarot, and it basically represents everything that is said on life. So a fiery energy. When it comes to a career, that speaks that you need to give 100% of yourself, as this speaks for promotion, monetary success, growth, expand. When it comes to a relationship, that speaks for a very passionate period of time in between you and your partner. Key thing, act spontaneously, and another key thing is contribute for the happiness of your partner. It is because the Sun is a gentle soul floating toward the golden sky, dropping drops of happiness bit by bit, contributing for the overall happiness of the world. So basically, you need to stop thinking about yourself. Now it's time to think about the others, and by doing that, you very soon will see what is your calling into a certain particular field in your life. Because the next card comes the Judgment, and the Judgment is the whisper for you, which is silent for the rest, that needs to be called. Aquarius, the Knight of Swords. And your Aquarius need to start taking very swift decisions in these 2 weeks period of time. No postponing should be set at your side. I mean that these decisions will have quite an impact for your future. Basically, you need to go for the truth. This is a conquest for truth, but if you push through if you push through too tenaciously and too hard, a lot can be lost. So basically, you need to define for yourself what you really want, and through it you will be able to push through your difficulties. What you really want, you need to be true to yourself, and then nothing will be lost. So for a career, that speaks for swift decisions, managing crisis. It will be a tough time for you doing that, because a lot of people will kind of depend on you. When it comes to a career, that speaks that you need to take the steeds and move forward, taking decisions for the other. So basically, with this card, it is a very narrow card, to be honest. It is one of the cards that speaks that you need to rush for the truth, you need to rush for your own truth, rather than for the truth of the others. And through it, you will be able to find the end of the tunnel. One curious thing about that card is that this knight is actually a woman protector. So basically, if you are a male and you have a very fragile figure of a female around yourself, that card may urges you to give her an extra protection. And at the end, Pisces, the Ace of Wands. And literally speaking, that card says to you, Pisces, that out of the cloud, out of troubles, a wonderful opportunity will be presented to you, an opportunity of fire. What is peculiar about the fire? The fire is the only element that is not natural. What I mean is that the fire needs to be lit first. It just does not exist without lighting. So this opportunity will be offered to you, but you need to sustain it, you need to nurture it, and you need to keep it burning, let's say. That is the spark of inspiration. When it comes to a career, that speaks for a new direction of a particular project which was let's say, in a difficult period. So that's a breakthrough when it comes to a career. When it comes to a relationship, new feelings. If you're single, that speaks for a new opportunity of creating relationship. If you're not single, and if you are in a relationship, very passionate period of time, a lot of sex. It's what I can say to you. Well, this was about the 12 zodiac cards, zodiac signs. Wow, 28 minutes without stopping me talking. Okay. Let's cut through the chest now and see what people have to ask me. The 1 hour starts expiring from now, so I will answer to your question for the next hour. Please, again, I will repeat the conditions. You ask a question that is not answered by simple yes and no. So basically the questions will I, should I, and from that sort is automatically disqualified. Questions that require timing. So when I, certain like this type of questions, they can be answered, but this requires a particular spread, not just one card. And then we are coming to a lost item questions or a locational questions, let's say. These questions can't be answered by the cards because the locations for the cards are irrelevant. What I mean is that if you are meant to be successful, you will be regardless of where. So, let's start with the questions. Boy 2012 asks how I can make breakthrough with my finances. 3 of Wands. This is about putting your skills into a further heights. So basically you need to start thinking where you can additionally set your skills, conquering new fields. This could speak for additional job or a private job, something additional to what you are doing right now. So basically doing what you're doing right now may not give you the finances you need into the recent future. Recent future, let's say month or 2. So, my baby is in November 12th. What can I expect for the year? Dominic Music Diva asks that question. 9 of Swords. For you, Dominic, it's very important not to worry, as that card speaks that you will be anxious doing some things just because you were not be able to do them correctly in the past. We are people, we do mistakes, we learn from them. So basically just swallow your bad experience and try anew if a certain thing is required to be done, as it waits for you, and you trying to postpone it because of a fear of failure will not serve you very well in the future. So basically be brave. Alexandra Nikolova asks, how can I make the most impact in my finances as she seeks to build a lot of wealth? Page of Pentacles. With this card speaks that you have a lot of work to do. However, you have already catched the particular road that you need to walk upon. And with this, you pretty much, if you observe the page, he holds the value in his hand, so this is basically your a lot of wealth. But as in every opportunity, and especially with the page, this goes in a longer distance in the future. So basically you have a lot of work to do in your particular field of where you are thinking that you will make those this wealth, let's say it that way. Or you just don't need to be discouraged from certain failures that you may have in it, and try to nurture that opportunity and give her a room to grow. Tubidani asks, how will my love life be in October? The Wheel of Fortune. That speaks for unpredictable, let's not say an opportunity, but a turn of events for you that may create an opportunity. How can be spotted that turn of events? It is almost chaotic, but it does not affect you. So basically someone may say something without even wanting to say it. For example, just let me give you an example. You may have someone that likes you but doesn't want to confess it, and suddenly through that chaos you do understand that. Will you make that relationship happen? Well, that's up to you, but you will have that a meaningful events that will improve your circumstances into your relationship field. Okay, I already drew a card for this question. Can I find the right path before the right career path before the end of the 2016 for Samin Van Cover? And I will not say yes or no. I will just say that right now for you it's time to settle down and trying to find your answer through the people that you know, and these people needs to be very trusted of yours. So basically your answer lays down into your very close surroundings, and you need to kind of listen to them. Vanessa Pinello asks, what is in store at my job? King of Swords. And this is about chasing power. Vanessa, you need to start chasing power. That will have its consequences. Basically, not everybody will be very happy with it. You need to be kind of stone cold with the situations you are at, and you have to approach the situations only logically correct rather than having emotions here. This card also speaks that you will have quite a responsibilities to take care of. So basically, at the end of the day, if you do manage your responsibilities logically correctly, you will have a lot of power in your particular place. Power PR asks, what can I expect from the new moon in Libra? Two of Swords. You can expect having a very calm time with yourself. Nothing really happens. It is because you are able to maintain everything particularly well and balanced. Of course, out of it a new direction will be shown to you after this new moon, but for now, just set up your blindfold and enjoy your rest in peace. "22 running, what should I do to improve my love life?" Eight of Swords. With this card, I can say that the improvement is already around you. If you are single, most likely someone in your close circle it is really liking you and wants to be with you, but it's just you don't have an eyes for them. Basically, they just don't fit in your understanding of what the person around that has to stay beside you have to be. So that's why you will not give them a chance. They know that. That's why they don't uncover themselves. If this is into a particular relationship you're asking, then you need to stop trying to experiment with the relationship and try going with it as the way one relationship should be supposed going. What advice? Okay. Iglis, if I pronounce it well, 2021-18 asks, what advice will help me this new moon in Libra? And that is the Emperor, and the advice is about you need to stay tall, take upon and structure your own responsibilities, and try to rule upon them without showing that you are weak. Again, what we told about the Emperor earlier, you just say to the people around you what needs to be said, don't talk too much, and the rest keep for yourself, as your words can be used against you. So that is what you need to focus on this 2 weeks period of time. Amanda Cernoch, if I pronounce it well, I'm sorry. What should I expect from this upcoming new love relationship, Amanda? Eight of Cups. Are you in this relationship? If you are in this relationship, that card pretty much speaks walking away from bad circumstances, believing that new circumstances will come. So if this relationship is bad for you, you will end up walking away from it. If this relationship is good for you, then you both will walk away from a certain unpleasant event. Of course, at this time you may start feeling miserable, but at the end of the day, new better times will come at you. So if you are single right now, your relationship is coming beyond the hills. You just have a little bit of obstacles to overcome in this near future before that relationship comes. Basically, this is moving from a very dramatic period of time toward a better new days. The Pumpkin 2113, how is my marriage? I know you are going to pull the Devil card. No, it is actually the Star card, and your marriage is about to start improving and getting better and better after whatever turmoil you had before that. Olivia Leva asks, how about a new place to work? Well, you will be disappointed if you go there. I mean, you may find out that actually the conditions which were promised to you are not exactly what was being promised, if you know what I mean. So basically you may find out that they have lied to you, either for your salary or for what you were working out or about your duties. I mean, they may give you more things to attend to for what you have negotiated before that. Lisa Jane asks, what is the best outcome for my relationship? That is current, of course. Your best outcome, the High Priestess speaks that you need to, that depends now. You need to start trying to feel your partner. If you are not be able to feel your partner into a very deep level, then it is pointless staying with them, as you will not be able to communicate with them into a deeper level than the physical one. And as you people, I assume you search for the true love, then there won't be one if this is not happening. This is not happening. The deeper communication. If you're single, but you aren't. So basically, if you're able to communicate with him on a deeper level, so you feel that he is your soulmate, that is what I mean, then that card speaks that there is a long time before you even think of splitting out. Candace Harvey, what is in store for my love life? Joy or heartbreak? It is actually a new love life. So I don't know if it is a joy or a heartbreak, but it's definitely something different. And it is, let's describe it that way to you. Let's say that you wobble in between two paths, trying to find out which is the right one for you, and suddenly you find out that there is a third one, which is exactly the one you have to walk over. Estella de Luna asks, give me guidance, and the guidance you will have. So when you walk into unknown territories, you need to aim your arrows very carefully, because the arrow which is a long shot will be the arrow that will actually give you the profit. What I mean is that you have a good opportunity, but it's a very difficult one, and you need to aim carefully before you take your shot, as it may be the last shot that you will have. But basically, this dark place that you are walking at, it is in fact the one that you need to walk on. Got 23.5. Any love for me this month? You got 3. Are you kidding me? That's the Lovers, and I don't know, but this card never worked for me, but I could say yes, and that depends. Now, with the Lovers card, it is most likely that you will find someone that you will have a great affinity of, and you will not know why. It's because this person will be completely different than you, different interests, different hobbies, different things that he likes to do, and you will still attract one another without saying why. And this is a true love. It just doesn't make any sense. So go for it. I hope it works out for you. Never works out for me. Stephanie asks, what will the new moon in Libra brings me concerning my love life? Queen of Wands, and you will find yourself very attractive toward certain people, but with that queen is a quite high standard. What I mean is that even someone wants to take an approach, he may not have the guts to do it. So basically, it is up to you to make the initiation if you want someone around you. This is at the center of the universe, that queen, the heart of the company. So be the heart of the company, and very soon someone will spot you. Oh my god, people just... Xian, what is the best outcome? I am in love with my friend. Ace of Swords. Are you kidding me? That's... Tell him. Tell him everything. This is what this card is saying. You just need to spill everything out. Lead an open conversation. Whatever happened will be the right one to happen. It is basically, even if it doesn't happen, at least at the end you will be able to sleep well. Ever 28, guidance please for love life. Two of Cups, any guidance you have, make a contact with the one you want to have a relationship with. Susan Soto asks, what should I do to improve my love life? Six of Cups. And this is about not just acting spontaneously, but being able to see the small things and the small gestures. So basically, if you're single, someone is trying to give you a hint, and you just need to watch closely. As this card suggests past, I could say that this is someone from your past. But it's just basically, this is what can be said about that card. It is about having pleasure staying around into a certain person. So basically try to search hints into small gestures that the people are giving to you, and you may find whom likes you. If this is a into existing relationship, love life, this card speaks that you need to start enjoying the small things in life and having a pleasure from the small gestures that your partner is making towards you, instead of trying to aim for something big. and through it you will start feeling a lot better. Let me shuffle the cards quickly. Marian G, in terms of career, new opportunities. You're just before the jump into one. Now this one will be difficult, and you need to have a high self-determination moving forward, because the obstacles in front of you may seem very big for you to overcome, but in reality you can. You just need to arm yourself with your conviction, and iron will push forward, and the path forward for you will be revealed. You just need to be able to persist with tenacity and aggression. Danny S, I need guidance about my job. Ace of Cups. Basically, Ace of Cups says for you that you need to start doing what you like to do, as the Ace of Cups is something that you are making yourself pleasant and working towards your own dream. So if you are not working something that you want to work, stop working it and start doing something meaningful for you and for your own emotional well-being, as the material comfort with this card will come. So basically this is a clear goal that you need to aim for what you want to do, as this opportunity will be given to you. So let's say that you're working something, you want to be a retailer, but instead you do finances. So believe yourself and try to apply for retailer. It's just an example. Judy Kohut, I need guidance about the new home. The Devil. Now Judy, be very careful what you choose, as the Devil speaks that a very good thing will be offered to you, okay? Very good thing, and just because it is very tempting, you may kind of rush into it. Now, about the Devil card, this is something very good for it. The Devil does not come as a horned beast to scare you. Just on the contrary, the Devil comes with everything you ever wanted, so it can claim your soul. This is just not literally meaning, I mean. So basically, when a very good opportunity comes to you, don't rush it for your home, I mean. Don't rush it. Try to analyze it very carefully. After that, when you take that opportunity, you may regret that you have taken it. So basically, people, I think that was it, and I'm sorry that this one was a little bit shorter, but something came out and I have to go. But there will be a first webinar with me, and what the webinar will be all about is the cards interactions, and I will just give you an example how these cards can be read in pair without even trying to memorize every pair, as which card boosts each, which card weakens each, and you know, with this one you can actually perform a hand spread. What a hand spread is actually two cards in one position, so you can analyze the position even better. For example, these two cards boost each other, so through mental clarity you will have patience to push through obstacles, which will be very big, as the strength suggests, but this implants a particular previous experience into them, overcoming them, and at the end becoming victorious, and many of that. There will be examples, and at the end of the webinar, I will show you my way of determining time with tarot a particular week in the year. So if you want to participate, you just follow the link which Rado just posted, and we will see you guys next time. I thank you so much for your contribution tonight, and see you guys next time.